Welcome back to Next Level Sound. I'm here with Shelbei. She is one of the singers I work with, has an amazing voice.
Thank you.
Welcome. How are you doing today?
I'm good. A little anxious.
A little anxious?
To talk, but yeah.
I know we were talking a little bit before. You said this is actually your first interview.
Yes, it is.
Awesome. How exciting.
Yeah.
Well, welcome. Today we're going to just basically talk about all the new music you got coming up. I know we've been working hard in the studio, putting in overtime.
Yeah.
And it's about time for people to hear this stuff.
Release coming soon.
Right?
Yeah.
You got a release date in mind or anything planned for that?
So release. The goal was for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
But, things happen with the pandemic, so people get sick.
For sure.
So it's a matter of safety. So I delayed it, and the goal now is February 20th, which is my mama's birthday. Hey, mama. Shout out to mama, all the Pisces. So the goal is February 20th. But if not, the latest is March 1st.
Okay.
But yeah.
Bet. I love it. That's right around the corner for everyone.
Yeah.
And do you know about how many songs are going to be on there?
There will be 9 songs exactly on it.
Hey, that's
9.
awesome. That's incredible. And do you have a specific theme like going towards, like based around the album or anything?
Okay, so the project is called Roulette.
Bet.
And if you're familiar with like the game of roulette, Russian roulette, and the one that you drop the ball in Vegas and that one. So it's called Roulette because in one of my songs in Ooh Ah, we actually made that on my birthday. I said, in case you didn't know this was a bad decision, I knew you'd do me wrong, just call it roulette living. And so I look at love as like a gamble.
Yeah.
Either you bite the bullet or you hit the jackpot. So for me, I'm like, why not just call the whole thing roulette? Because in essence, it's just talking about different situations that I've experienced or observed. So I'm like, love is definitely the theme. Good love, the bad love, toxic love. Love that's so toxic that it's fun, but eventually the fun has to end. So
that's awesome. I know you love your metaphors.
Yes, I do.
And that's a dope spin on a regular term or something that people would just normally maybe not relate to that. So that's dope.
Thank you.
And a lot of the songs, I know, like you said, we actually created them from scratch.
Yeah. Be like, what you want to do today? I want to make a vibe. Let's make a vibe.
Had my anxiety through the roof. You're going to make a beat. Like, let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
But, I mean, to be honest, like, it's been such a dope process. Like, just watching everything come to life and really just flourish. Like, I feel like I've been able to just really hone in on your sound as an engineer, and I'm stoked. I'm beyond stoked.
I'm just happy to get it out there, like, finally.
For sure. And after the EP, are you going to be doing any, like, marketing in regards to, like, doing videos, visuals, things like that?
Okay, so the goal is after Roulette, I want to do, like, a sequel EP to it, and I want to do Roulette Stripped. So that's what it's going to be called. And basically, it's going to be an acoustic version of, like, not all the songs, but, like, I'll say, like, maybe 4 or 5 songs. Yeah. And definitely, like, a couple songs that we've done together are on them. And I want it to be a little bit more intimate to kind of get that feel for it. But in terms of visuals, I have a friend that I work with, my friend Manny, and he's helping me, like, with visuals. So the goal for now is, because I write pretty visual, like, with my lyrics, so it's like you can kind of picture in the story that's taking place. So for me, visuals are coming forth. I might ask some of my old handsome friends, hey, can I borrow your face?
Right.
I need, a love interest. I'm a little too single to have a boyfriend, but it's okay. Hey. But, like, yeah.
Focus on getting this money, working, I see it.
Working, definitely. But the goal, yes, visuals. I'm trying to get on TikTok more. I don't really like social media, to be honest. Like, I post when I need to or feel like it. But now it's just kind of like I'm wrapped up in life with work and school. So I have to find time for social media.
For sure. And, I mean, since we're on the topic, where can people actually find you if they want to, like, go and look you up? Or I know your music's not out just yet.
Not
but,
yet, yeah.
When the time does come, where would they be able to look you up?
Okay, so if you are looking for me on Snapchat, just type in my name. It's Shelbei.
Yeah.
If you're looking for me on Instagram, all you have to do is type in _ Shelbei.
That
I'm on TikTok too, so it's the same. It's just my name.
everything's
Legit,
just the
it's
same.
just my name.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool. And I'll be able to throw that up there for people to make it easy for them to find and
Dope.
locate.
Yeah.
I know you spell your name a little more unique than
Yeah,
others.
it's a rule. It's E before I. Never use a Y. That's
I love it. You got that down. You've been saying that your whole life, haven't you?
Since first grade. Literally.
And about how long have you been doing music? I mean, hearing it in your voice, I could tell it's probably been your whole life.
Yeah, I mean, so at first I used to be really shy, like super shy. So first it was just, doing a little background singing in church. And,
Yeah.
ooh, and then it became, I say when I got to like 4th grade, I went to this school. It's a private school, and they did productions. And so I was introduced to the world of musicals and Aladdin and like Cruella de Vil. And then by the time I was done there, we did Fame. And so I was like starring in shows and stuff. I was like,
oh, wow.
So it brought me out of my shell. So
Yeah.
after that, for high school, we started doing like more productions. So I ended up being in 2 production classes. And by the time I ended high school, I was directing a show as like a musical director and an assistant director. So I would say that it's just kind of been different variations of music. Just this was new for me because I had a friend like recording. I never thought I would be like recording music. I just a cover singer. That's it.
Yeah.
But how I got introduced to recording and like actually seeing, I can write music is I have my hairdresser's daughter, so she does my hair sometimes. She was dating this guy, and he's a producer. He produced, that song by 2 Chainz, Watch Out Little Bitch?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was on that. He did that song. And so he was just giving me a trial. He was looking for an R&B singer. I was like 16 at the time.
Yeah.
So we meet him at the studio, and he puts on a track, mixes it a little bit, light up for a second. He was like, all right, what you got? And my dad's looking at me like, what the fuck you mean? So I'm like, okay, I'm ready. The whole time I was like typing.
Yeah.
I get in the booth and I write the song called Broken Heart. And it was like, oh, I did that. Okay. And so it put the bug in me.
Yeah.
And next thing I know, like I was just writing. But like I'd always been writing. Like in middle school we had these competitions. When I lived in Ohio, they had these competitions called Power of the Pen. And so we would compete for writing. So you would get a prompt, and like one time the prompt was like Eureka.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't even know how to spell that. So Eureka. And so we write stories, and it has to be from start to finish within a set time. And so I would place, and I made it to states like 2 years in a row.
Wow.
So I knew I could write, but I just didn't think it was musical. Like I could write poetry, but I'm not thinking, I could put music to it. It's a song. So my process with music has definitely evolved to where I am now, and it's really nice.
That's dope. It's cool to hear that whole journey. Like I didn't realize you had even gone down that many different like paths. Like,
yeah.
You really explored every side of music, I feel like.
I try to.
And
like I
even-
like country.
Yeah?
And opera. Oh yeah, I used to train in opera like in middle school.
That's how you hitting them high ass notes. I
had a teacher, she was like, you should try opera. And I was like, for what? Like, we don't do that. And she was saying, she said opera helps support and it gives you a stability with your voice that, like, you can learn from gospel, but opera gives you more of the technical side of house. And so I was like, okay, I'll try it. And so I'm over here singing Ave Maria and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was cool. And so it helped me expand my range. And I incorporated that in my singing and, like, the technicalities and whatnot.
That's awesome, and now I'm hearing that I can definitely
You
see the
get it.
correlation like between the two.
Yeah.
So that's awesome knowing a little bit of background going into it.
Thank you.
And even now, I know you've gone to school for music.
Yeah,
and
I'm still in school.
Oh, okay. Say less.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Where are you actually going to school?
I go to SAE.
SAE?
SAE, Institute of Technology. I always get the alphabet soup, but it's SAE.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I go to SAE Atlanta for audio engineering.
Awesome.
And so I finish up in April, if I'm not mistaken, April.
That's coming
So
up. So
yeah, I get my
close.
associates. So I'm debating on going back for my bachelor's, but potentially I might just start a new degree. I'm really interested in entertainment business right now
Yeah.
because I like money. And
Hey.
so I don't like people playing with my money. So in essence, it's nice to know I can have that balance between producing the music or mixing it and recording it myself and like handling the business of it as well. So
Yeah, no, that's good that you mentioned that.
mhm.
I feel like a lot of people get wrapped up in that creative aspect of things. They're like, let's just make music. This is all fun and games. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's smart that you're already thinking ahead and being like, this is a business. This is my career. Let me
Mhm.
take the time to actually know what's going on. That
Yeah,
way.
because people, like, one time I was talking to someone and they were speaking in what felt like a different language, and they
Mhm.
were talking about business terms, and I was like, I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Do you have this file? Do you have that file? I was like,
It's a
baby,
lot to keep up with.
it very much is a lot, and so I'm learning, like, you have to really take control, but as an artist, we have the power, and it's the industry's job to take that away from you sometimes.
Yeah,
So if you meet a wolf, that's their goal. But I mean, there are good people in the industry, so I won't speak nastily on the whole situation.
for
But
sure.
in terms of the industry itself, I learned from this one entertainment business class that I took. Um, he said that, like, he pulled me up on BMI. He said, "Do you have a song called 'Lie to Me' with Jerry McKeecher?" And I was like, you know that.
Right?
And he said it's public information.
Been
So
doing
I was like,
research.
yeah, I was like, okay. And he was saying that he asked me, do you own your master? I said, yes. He asked me all the questions, publications, and I'm sole owner of everything that I do,
Yeah.
which means I have control of everything. And he said, don't give that control up. So,
No, that's very important
mhm,
because I mean, even as you're signing over to labels and things like that, and what that is actually called is your publishing rights.
right.
And you don't want to give that out because then it gives them full reign to
Do
essentially,
whatever.
yeah, and
You'll
they
be on
gonna
a
be raking
Pepsi
in.
commercial and you like Coke. Like,
Well, you'll be on their Pepsi commercial and they'll be getting your bread. You feel
exactly.
me? That your face will be getting used, but you're not gonna be seeing the back end of that.
Mhm.
And so, I mean, that's very important. And I'm glad you mentioned that. Even just registering with BMI because, like, not having your stuff documented and backed up. I mean, these like steps and they seem very minuscule, but they
They're
really
important.
are. Yeah, they're
Very
important in the
important.
big scale of things. So
Mhm.
that's dope that you're already like in
I'm
that.
trying to think ahead. You know,
For
my mom was very
sure.
business oriented, and my dad is also business oriented, but he's more so on creative and like the feel of everything.
Mhm.
So I have them, and then I also have my brother helping keep balance of everything. And I got my best friend too. So
Hey,
it's
shout
nice,
out.
a nice little sounding board of balance and making sure like I stay focused. Because if not, I would be that person that would be like, okay, I'm just gonna release it,
Yeah.
just release it.
Well,
But
it's easy to get caught up like that because
very
it's
much.
exciting. I mean, I want you to release your
You me
music, shit. Like,
too.
I
Yeah.
mean, no, I mean, so like, I get that, and that's dope that you have that support system within your home, like mom and pops and your brother, like really looking out. I know having that just growing up, like for myself alone, like is so beneficial just to
Mhm.
be able to rely back and be like, yo, what you think of this?
Yeah,
Like,
definitely. But at one point, it was different for me. Like,
for
I
sure.
told you I was shy. So, like, in terms of sharing with my family, it was hard for me. My dad was like, if you can't use us as a sounding board, the world is going to eat you up.
Oh,
And you will, like,
100%.
become dependent on other people's opinions as opposed to the ones that you live with. So, I definitely, like, I try to use my family as a sounding board, you know?
Yeah.
But,
I feel like it'll even just strengthen y'all's relationship in general
yeah.
too, like
Even
being
when
able
my
to open
songs
up.
might be a little, he like, woo. So,
Be a little edgy, risque.
yeah, a little bit, a little bit. Like, it's just nice to know that I have that support because I've always been that kid that, like, I would try different things. So, like, when I was doing music, I tried basketball for a little bit, I tried volleyball, I tried softball. And I was pretty good at them, but it's just music was always that anchor for me. Like, you just always come back to it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I mean, just hearing about your journey, I can tell, like, no matter what you were doing, it seemed to be
Music.
oriented,
Yeah.
wrapped around that music life.
Mhm.
That's so dope. And now, you're also even, like, teaching, like, younger
And
individuals, which is so dope.
yeah, I
Ho-
love my kids. I teach at School of Rock. Enroll. I teach at
Check it
School of
out.
Rock, yes. And I give weekly lessons. And it's interesting because I never thought I would have seen myself like as an instructor, as a teacher. But that bug was put in me senior year.
Yeah.
When I got to help people find their voice. Like one time I had a friend, she said, "I'm not a singer." I was like, you don't have to know how to sing to hold a tune.
That's so
That's
true.
my job to help you with that. Now, if you tone deaf, baby, we can have a different conversation. But it was nice to see everything come together. So now it's like, as a teacher, it's not just me giving to kids. I'm also receiving. Like, I learn from my students just as much as they learn from me.
That's awesome.
And they have their frustrations. They might cry if things get upsetting to them. Like, it doesn't me. I'm just like, hey, baby, I'm here to help. Whatever you need.
For sure.
So it's very interesting because I don't just teach like kids. Like, I teach every age from 5 years old to like adults.
Really?
Yeah.
Everywhere in between.
Yeah, so it's nice to you get a little bit of middle school, see what's going on with the kids in middle school.
That's cool though.
It is though.
Keeps you on your toes, and I feel like you get a lot of insight as to what's popular and what's in and
Very
this, that, and
much.
the
I
third.
played one of my songs for one of my students. I was like, "What you think?" She was like, "Oh, that's really relatable." I was like, "Yeah, I wrote that." Thank you.
That's me. Thank you.
So it's nice, like, to see like as I grow older, you know, kids will potentially grow with me and like my music. But I think the best feeling for me is like when my little kids, or it doesn't matter what age it is, when they get it. And like you teach it to them and they're doing it, and then they even add their own little spin to it. That is the best feeling in the world for me. I'm like, oh, yeah,
you're doing it.
You're doing it. I get that feeling. I get it. But it's making me a softie because, you know, emotionally wise, I've had my bouts with emotions and different things. I've been through a lot, but in terms of teaching, it's brought something out of me that really, it's softened me.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to fight it this time. So, yeah.
No, that's cool. I mean, it's really inspiring just hearing how you're able to affect these individuals and be able to take even the ones who might be a little skeptical about themselves.
Oh, yeah. I make my kids do some weird stuff sometimes. Like, one of my kids, I said, go stand in the corner. She's like, am I in timeout? No, baby, you're not in timeout. I said, just go stand in the corner. And so I taught her about reflections and how I said, if you stand in the corner and you sing, I said, just sing with your face in the corner. All the reflections are going to hit you, and you're going to hear what you really sound like. She started singing. She said, ew, I sound like that. I was like, I didn't say you did. But it helps. Like, different little tricks can go a long way. Like, with diction or just breathing can make a big of a difference.
That's true. Mm-hmm. There's those little technicalities will, like you said, just make a big difference in the long run. Mm-hmm. And that's so smart. I never thought about, like, just singing in a corner and being able to expose yourself like that.
Like, if you want to work on your breathing, stand in a corner and try to see if you can get your stomach to touch the corner physically, unless you're like pregnant or like got a pot belly. Mm-hmm. It's not going to touch the corner. But your muscles are going to think, okay, we're trying to get there. How do we get there? We expand. So you're expanding into the corner, so now you got better breathing support.
Forces you to push from your diaphragm. Mm-hmm. That's awesome. Mm-hmm. That's so cool. I'll have to keep these little techniques in mind, you know.
All you got to do is ask.
Hey, say less. And that's dope though.
Thank you.
And now in regards to like this year, I know you got the album coming out, and do you have any other plans, or you want to go? And know we're gonna be doing like the unplugged version, which is gonna be more acoustic and like exposed, really just showing off your vocals. Mm-hmm. And would you like to be maybe pushing singles? Or are we gonna go more into looking forward to another EP? What's the plan?
See, so the plan for this year, definitely after the unplugged piece, I already have a couple songs that I've written on piano. Yeah. And so my goal is to incorporate more of my instrument into the next piece. So get more like the first piece was in the fields, but you can kind of vibe with it. The second one, I want to put more of my instrument into it. And so
make it more you.
Yeah, make it more me. And so definitely, but I want to have more experimentation with that. So like we were talking about earlier, like reggaeton, you know, I have a little country in there. I might throw a little splice of opera in there, like a trap opera type of thing. I always want to do that.
That would be fire.
That'd be so fun.
Yes.
So I want to do a little bit more experimentation with the second piece. But as the year progresses, I definitely want to do more collaborations. Because like I collab. I have a friend, my friend Rayon. Go get his single Worth. Ray Christopher. We have a great dynamic in terms of writing. We met working at Katie Studios at photography as photographers, and in terms of like singing, we write whatever we feel. Like we'll sit at a coffee shop. How you feeling today? I'm depressed. All right, cool. Let's write about it. Yeah. So with us, I definitely want to potentially release a project with us together. But singles, I definitely know I need to, get that out there. But the goal for me is like get the whole thing out
Yeah.
and then start dropping little pieces and whatnot. But
I think
know,
that's smart.
Thank you. But like the goal is for the summer, maybe try a little, poppy pop EP
Switch
or
it up a
something.
little
Yeah,
bit.
give a little something different. But I know the goal by the end of this year is to have released at least 2 projects and several singles. That's
Awesome.
definitely the goal. And visuals, of course, I gotta incorporate those too.
And that'll be coming, and that's very important in regards to marketing and everything.
Most
but
def.
I know you got the right mindset going into it.
I'm trying.
I actually had the chance to work with him, right, on one of the songs for the album, right? He was playing the guitar, you were over there on the piano.
Yeah, it's very collaborative.
Yeah, that was really dope. Just having everyone play their own role and then watching that all come together. I can't wait to be able to do that all over again.
Me too.
That's gonna be dope. That's exciting. Now, you plan on releasing through like on all music platforms for everybody?
All music platforms, even stuff we don't talk about, like Google Plus. Know. So like whatever. I'm still like deciding between distributors, but I think I'm leaning towards DistroKid.
For sure.
TuneCore is cool, but I think for now I'm leaning towards DistroKid.
That's what I've been using, and I've yet to have any complications with it. So hey, I recommend it. Well, that's awesome. I cannot wait for everyone to be able to hear and listen to your music and just watch you flourish into a new artist. Like, I know this is all new, so
it's very new, but
I'm very much excited.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for coming and being on today.
Now I have to pick a name, right?
Yes. We're going to be drawing names. You just pick at random.
Oh my God.
There's like about 40 different names.
I'm going to pick this one because it's stuck on my thumb.
Lit. Let's see who it is.
Oh, Zayana.
Hey,
did I say that right?
Say less. Yes, you did.
Okay.
Zayana. She's another singer I work with.
Dope.
That's going to be wicked.
I think she DM'd me before. So, hey, Zayana, you're next.
What's up? Y'all maybe collab at some point. That'd be wicked.
I'm definitely down.
Hey, well, thank you so much once again. It's been a pleasure. I'll be seeing you soon.
Yes, and like you always say, it's NLS.
Next level sound. Thank y'all. That was dope. It's NLS. Great job.
Thank you.
We're sitting out of the way. I totally forgot about that. I'm glad you did.
No, you good.